Okay, yes, we are bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money?
Bitcoin gained 7.8% on Friday, confirming a falling wedge breakout on the daily chart. The bearish to bullish trend change was backed by a jump in trading volumes to levels last seen in mid-November. They are currently still pretty decent, far better than the 4 bill we've been used to seeing every day for weeks, if not longer now. Prices could soon cross the 50-day moving average resistance at 3,642. That's where we're at right now. And test resistance levels lined up at $3,800 and $4,000 in the next few days. Nice. Move over here. Zoom out, thank you. A break below the January 29th low of 3,300 would invalidate the bullish setup. Gotcha. So let's look at some Bitcoin price estimates. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's look at the quote of the day. If Bitcoin is worth about 3,600 now, with minimal commerce, investment from institutional investors, and people calling for its death, then how much is it going to be worth when people actually start using it? According to this poster, 3,700. That's nice. That's real nice. On to the news. Another SEC commissioner has given somewhat positive news. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, plans to clarify when securities laws might apply to crypto token sales, an official said Friday. I can't imagine anyone who would watch this more with intent eyes than Ripple Labs.
Hey!
Ambiguity is not all bad, and that the delays in bringing regulatory clarity, in fact, may allow more freedom for blockchain technology to grow and projects to mature. It's a little hard for huge institutions to go all in when it's this anyway. The commissioner further said that the SEC is also mulling whether new rules need to be put in place to regulate the crypto space, adding, "If we act appropriately, we can enable innovation on this new frontier to proceed without compromising the objectives of our security laws, make it safe, make it fair, blah, 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 blah." Now, the whole cognitive dissonance from the SEC makes my head spin. They will talk very positively about some stuff, and then what they'll go ahead and do is very negative. So, can you make up your mind? In other news, Binance Coin is like, what bear market? Practically reaching all-time highs in terms of its Bitcoin price. That's pretty amazing. There are a couple things funny with this. Number one, I recently bought some. It was like $6. That's pretty funny. The second is the cognitive dissonance found in cryptocurrency. It's really funny. I think we're all here for the decentralized revolution. Woo! And yeah, at the same time, hold on, can we get another example of that? Beautiful. At the same time, we've built up centralized empires like Mt. Gox, or the modern day Coinbase and Binance. It's an ecosystem so free of real legal ramifications that manipulation, straight up theft, happens every day. It's expected of anyone in power to be very corrupt. It's currently akin to, or worse than, the banking system cryptocurrency is meant to replace, at the very least lower the power of. But anyway, fascinating social study, if nothing else. I think it's obviously a huge problem in the crypto community, flooding to centralization, but another massive one is how badly the masses will lead you if you listen to the loudest voices. I just want to throw my hat into the ring here. I think this is a really juicy topic. So here's the root of the problem I think many people are falling for. It's somewhat of a fallacy that you can A, maximize your profits, while B, having principled idealism. Sadly, these two very rarely work in tandem. I would be very careful of listening to people who are arguing about why something is a good or bad investment when they're coming from a point of view that is of principles or ideals. I'll give you some examples.
If everybody just buys Ripple just because the bankers are going to make it go up, then you're fueling the uppage. You're making them rich by giving them your money, giving them your crypto, giving them your Bitcoin, and making the price go up. The only thing that you should be doing with Ripple is selling it and not touching it, no matter how high you think it's going to go. If you buy it, you're part of the problem.
Unbelievable. This whole space is one giant madhouse Talking about cognitive dissonance, my head is ringing with this one.
That's what Bitcoin is all about, is separating ourselves from the bankers, being an owner of your own money.
Arguably the most prolific promoter of a platform designed to take your money away from you is telling you to keep your money. It's so cheeky, I almost love it. Let me give you another example. Let's take our cryptocurrency, for example. I recently did a review on this subreddit. Sorry to break your bubble. Take your hard-earned money and put it in a 401k or stocks, or heck, buy a rental property and rent it out. Why didn't I think of that? I should just buy a house. Problem solved. It seems to me on this subreddit there is an influx, and I mean absolute influx, of financial advisors, as though they've been stranded here, all of whom seem to have lost money. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. Okay, it is still a little bit funny. But I remember vividly when Cardano was first starting to gain some traction, Tron 2, EOS, basically you name it, very, very negative about these projects in their early days. Very negative. Yet, here they are in the top 10. All right, Cardano's top 12, whatever. And yet at the same time, this subreddit is responsible for shilling some of the worst crap out there. People like that just assume everyone else is stupid for liking the coins that they like.
And I need you.
What the f*** are you doing?
And I miss you.
Believe me, it takes more than just any Bitcoin fork or having a massive token supply to get into the top 10, despite popular belief. I will say I'm smart enough to admit that I don't know everything. I think there is a very good reason every coin in the top 10, top 15 is where they're at, whether or not we understand it, whether or not we even like it. This is specifically why I'm not hating on a project like SV, for example. Yes, the creator is extremely memeable. Expect more memes in future.
And they will learn next year that there is a fatal flaw in BTC. And by fatal, I mean there won't be any BTC at the end of next year.
I haven't forgotten that crazy statement. But SV follows the Bitcoin white paper the most. Craig recently announced huge plans with the SV blockchain and something known as the MetaNet, wanting to have the entire internet basically as a side chain to its blockchain. Does this mean it's going to succeed? I have no idea. I don't see Bitcoin going anywhere anytime soon, but I'm sure as hell not going to stand here and tell you it's just a pump and dump or it's awful because I don't believe in it from a principled point of view. That could prove to be very irresponsible of me. So I guess the point of this video is to try and keep an open mind, despite what some others might say. No matter how much research you've done, I'm sure this market has surprised you on more than one occasion. Just sometimes things aren't the way that you think they are or should be. Someone very successful in crypto once told me, and this was during the Bitcoin Cash pump, that the market cares not a damn about your principles. Now, why is that important? I guess it isn't, but I don't want anyone to walk away from this market with regrets, that wanted to earn their financial freedom and yet weren't able to because they had principled ideals shoved down their throats by random people on the internet. So what are you personally here for? I think that's a great question. I know I'm in it for the tech is a giant meme at this point, but if you truly are, if you don't want to dirty your hands by supporting a banker coin, that's awesome. All power to you. If you don't want to buy any Tron because the code sucks, I don't know if it does. Some devs have said there's a ton of issues with it. Some have said that it's very easy and nice to build apps on. Either way, the blockchain is still operating. Or that EOS is a centralized mess because it can be shut down. There's only 21 nodes. Sometimes they reverse transactions. Votes are paid for. But at the same time, just an FYI, EOS could be on the cusp of a big scaling solution. But if you name it, there's a ton of negativity regarding most things in this space, and that might very well be justified, but we give it some slack. No one's actually cracked the problem of scaling quite fully quite yet. But let me know your thoughts on this. I myself entered the market as an idealist. Wow, Bitcoin is going to give us freedom from the tyrants. Just... You know how that went.
You can do anything if you believe in yourself.
And the market's weathered me, and me being in a position of not power, not authority, but outspokenness has taught me to be more responsible. Money is important to everyone, and this, what we're talking about here, is money after all. Therefore, I personally don't feel I have the luxury of being an optimist or idealist anymore. I have to be a realist. Any trader shouldn't trade on emotion. Be cold, be calculated. I don't like XRP very much. I don't have very strong feelings about it, but I'll be damned if I miss out on earning my financial freedom or cause any one of you to miss out on yours if it succeeds, right? Big if, but if it succeeds, all because I thought idealism was a good thing to mix with investing. I want all of you to get your financial freedom. I want you all to be able to do it at the cost of the institutions getting in too late. I think we all have a great opportunity to do that with cryptocurrency. But the sad truth is, all of us aren't going to become rich. The masses usually get things wrong. You kind of need to do something different than the masses to stand out. So be careful of blending in with the crowd. If you don't already, respect. Anyway, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about this. Let me know. Did I just ramble? Did I say anything of value whatsoever? I'm not sure. Softly click that like button if you are so inclined. That is much appreciated. I will see you again soon.